Livingston pops this one up, as we are all tied at 3 here at McDonough Park, as the Red Wings are threatening for more. As the Red Wings have runners on first and second. This one hit deep into right. Livingston watching it sail out of here. It's a 3-run home run for Langston Livingston, and the Red Wings take a 6-3 lead. Langston Livingston with the bomb to right, is that one, no doubt about it, his third of the year for the Red Wings, and they're up 6-3 in this one now, as Geneva has tacked on 4 here in the bottom half of the 5th, and that'll be the end of the night for Matt Walczak, as we'll get a new pitcher for the Pilots when we rejoin here at McDonough Park. It'll be the right-hander, Zach Mann, who takes over on the mound for the Pilots after the 3-run shot to right by Langston Livingston, as he got all of that one and set it out of McDonough Park. And so Matt Walczak's night comes to a conclusion. And it's Zach Mann from Union, Kentucky, who will take over on the mound, as it's the first baseman, Nick Lebraska, back at the plate. Lebraska from Du Bois, Pennsylvania, plays at Youngstown State. Looks at a pair of balls in the dirt from Zach Mann to start him off, and so the count is 2-0. As Livingston clears the bases here in the bottom of the 5th, it's a 6-3 Red Wings lead now. Lebraska 1 for 2 on the evening to this point, as it's a 3-0 count, as Zach Mann tosses in a strike as Lebraska takes a swing at that one and fouls it off. So it's a 3-1 count now to Nick Lebraska. Big cut from Lebraska on this one, and so Mann able to get the count back to full, as Lebraska will be looking at a 3-2 count now. Lebraska hitting .375 coming into the year, has 18 hits. as we mentioned, leads the Red Wings in that category. This one swung on by Nebraska high in the air. Man points it out and gets out of the way. It's the first baseman, Walter, who was able to make the play. And so there's 2 gone now here in the bottom half of the 5th. Red Wings have done plenty of damage here, though, as they've tacked on 4 and have a 6-3 lead now. Only 1 error in this game as it's been charged to the Pilots. And it's Jared Gillis who strides back in now for the Red Wings. Gillis 1 for 2 on the evening. Gillis second on the team in hits along with Nick Carnavelli, coming into tonight with 15. As he chops this one down to the third baseman, Serfolio. A long throw for him over to first, but he's able to make it. But the Red Wings get 4 here at the bottom of the 5th off a Langston Livingston 3-run shot to right. And it's a 6-3 ball game as we head to the top of the 6th here at McDonough Park. A 6-3 lead here for the Geneva Red Wings as we welcome you back to McDonough Park. It'll be the first baseman, Walter, who leads us off in the top half of the 6th. And the new pitcher for the Red Wings, it's the right-hander Chase Gearing, who will be on the mound now. So Walter takes a crack at that one and hits it right into the helmet of Zach Miller. Seems to be okay, though, as Connor McKenzie checks on him. Gearing, making his 5th appearance of the year for the Red Wings, has pitched 8 innings and given up 2 earned runs on 7 hits. We saw him in Newark at Colburn Park the last time these 2 teams met. Gearing, who pitches at Saginaw Valley from Troy, Michigan. Walter 1 for 2 on the evening. His only hit was a home run as he hits this one down to the shortstop, Magadan. The play over to first, and the leadoff man is retired here to start us off in the top half of the 6th.
Second baseman, number 12, Justin Graham.
Justin Graham from St. Mary's, Pennsylvania, 0 for 2 on the evening, comes back to the plate for the Pilots. Graham takes a swing at the first pitch here, and it's a skipper that gets by Jesse Hall, and so Graham is aboard with 1 gone. A tough play for Jesse Hall down there at second. And it'll be an E4 charge to Jesse Hall. I wouldn't put the blame on him on that one, though, as that was a tough play for him to make, as that was a line drive on the ground there from Justin Graham, and Hall couldn't corral it. And so Graham is aboard with one gone here in the top of the sixth. It's the bottom of the order, and it's Zach Prystash who comes to the plate. Prystash 0 for 2. Nebraska wanted to turn 2, but bobbled it just a little bit, and so he'll just touch up at first for a second out, and Graham moves over to second. Pilots head to the top of the order now. It's Parker Tadlock. Tadlock has reached all 3 times as he was walked his first 2 times up and had a hit in his third plate appearance. Has scored twice for the Pilots here tonight. With 2 gone, it's Justin Graham over on second. Chase Gearing trying to have a clean first inning of work here for the Red Wings. Coming on relief for Hayden Sieg. Gearing's first pitch to Tadlock misses up high. Tadlock has come to score 10 times this year as he hits this one into opposite field. Going to be a tough play to make. Oh, and it'll bobble over the head of Carnavelli, and Graham comes home to score. Tadlock is at second, and he will hold up there. Nick Carnavelli misjudged the bounce on that one, and it snuck by him, and Justin Graham will come home to score. And so the Pilots cut into the Red Wings lead here, as it's a 6-4 ball game. Geneva leads here at McDonough Park now. As we play on here in the top of the sixth, it's a 2-out RBI double for Parker Tadlock. Tadlock remains hot at the plate for the Pilots here. She's been a bright spot in this lineup of late for Newark. Serfolio looks at strike one from Gearing. Serfolio 1 for 2, had an RBI his last appearance at the plate, as he brought Parker Tadlock around to score, as Tadlock is in scoring position once again. Gearing quickly gets ahead on the count 0-2, and so Serfolio will have to get aggressive at the plate now if he wants to keep this inning alive for the Pilots. Gearing ready to deliver the 0-2. One in the dirt as Serfolio is able to lay off of it, and so the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Serfolio. Serfolio, who plays at Columbia from Indiana Springs, Alabama. This one breaks the bat and comes right to Gearing, and it'll be an easy toss over to first. And that'll do it for the top of the sixth. Pilots strand one, but get one back, as it's a 6-4 lead for the Red Wings, as we'll be right back here on Newark Pilots TV. It's a 6-4 Red Wings lead as we welcome you back to McDonough Park. It's the catcher, Zach Miller, who will lead things off in the bottom half of the sixth. Miller is 0 for 2 at the plate tonight. Miller from Lincoln University, Pennsylvania, plays at the University of Delaware. He's been .276 on the year with 8 hits and 29 at-bats. Has driven in 5 runs for the Red Wings. Zach Mann, the right-hander from Chattanooga State, is back on the mound for the Pilots. It's the 1-1 count to Miller. Here's the 1-1 to Miller. Off-speeder misses well inside as Miller hops out of the way of that one. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike to Miller, as he's the leadoff man here in the bottom half of the sixth. Miller out in front of that one from Mann, and so it evens the count up at 2-2. Zach Mann making his 7th appearance on the mound for the Pilots this year. He misses with this one outside in the dirt, and so it runs the count full. Mann has pitched 14 2/3 innings this year for Newark, and he's ready with the payoff pitch to Miller. Inside as Miller holds off on it, and that's ball 4. And Miller doesn't realize it yet, but he's got the free pass.
From Point Pleasant, New Jersey, the shortstop, number 24, Evan Magadan. McKenzie
had to let Miller know you get the free pass down to first there. And so he is on. It's a leadoff walk for Zach Mann here in the bottom of the sixth. And it brings up the shortstop, Evan Magadan. He's 0 for 2, struck out his last time up. He's out in front of this one for strike 1. Magadan batting .275 on the year. Has 11 hits and 40 at-bats. As Mann misses with this one, the shortstop from Point Pleasant, New Jersey. As Zach Miller down on first, it's a 6-4 Red Wings lead. Mann ready to go with the 1-1. Magadan showing bunt, but he gets out of the way of that one, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Magadan shows bunt on that one, but he whiffs at that, and so the count is at 2-2. As Zach Mann looks to retire the first batter of the inning here. Magadan grounds it down to short. Could be a double play ball, but that's a tough hopper, and there's not even going to be one out. As that one hit Xavier Warren, the shortstop, right in the chest, and it allows Magadan to get on. It'll be an E6 charge to Xavier Warren. And there's 2 men on with none gone here in the bottom half of the sixth. Jesse Hall, 0 for 2 on the evening with a pair of strikeouts. The second baseman for the Red Wings tries to change his fortune. He shows bunt and knocks it down. No one's there to get it, and Zach Mann with the miscommunication as he thought he was going to have help behind him, and the bases are loaded. Interesting play there, as it's a perfectly placed bunt from Jesse Hall, and he is aboard, and the bases are loaded. And Justin Barr has a chance to bring in a couple of runs as he's 2 for 2 in the evening. Jesse Hall will pick up a hit on that perfectly placed bunt. And so Zach Mann had a heap of trouble here with none gone in the bottom of the sixth and the bases loaded. Barr takes a crack at the first pitch he sees and fouls it off. Justin Barr with 1 RBI on the year to this point. Would love to tack on a couple more right here. So he has 4 hits and 28 at-bats. A 1 count to Barr. Swung on once again and fouled off. And so Mann's ahead in the count, 0-2 here. Bases loaded for the Red Wings as there's none gone. Was an error by Xavier Warren that really opened up the inning here and allowed the bases to get loaded. As the breaking ball from Mann well inside, and so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Justin Barr from Pensacola, Florida, batting in the 9-hole tonight for the Red Wings. Mann ready to go with the 1-2. This one misses inside. Hernandez is able to keep it in front of him, and it keeps Zach Miller down at third. Red Wings will turn over the order for the 4th time tonight after Justin Barr. Barr hits this one to right. Alan Murphy can't get to it, and it's going to bring home a run. Magadan's going to make his way to home. Here's the throw. Is it in time? No, it's not. A pair of runs come home to score, and the Red Wings extend their lead to 8-4. Justin Barr will pick up a pair of RBIs as well, and the Red Wings extend their lead. It's a 3-hit night for Justin Barr now, as he has 3 RBIs on the year now for the Red Wings. The mountain visit here for Zach Mann is more action in the Pilots bullpen. Bottom of the 6th here at McDonough Park. As the Red Wings have gotten 2 more runs. They got 4 in the bottom half of the 5th to really open up this one, and they lead 8-4 over the Newark Pilots now. Pilots will head back home as they will take on the Adirondack Trailblazers tomorrow night. There's still no outs here in the bottom half of the 6th. Knapp showing bunt all the way. Mann will make the play over to first this time. It's a sac bunt for Knapp, and it advances the runners. And so now with 1 gone, the runners at 2nd and 3rd for the Red Wings. And it's Nick Carnavelli, who is 2 for 3 and has 3 RBIs in this game. That one gets away, and another run will come home to score. It's Hall who touches home plate, and the Red Wings extend their lead on the wild pitch from Zach Mann. Alex Hernandez cannot get in front of that pitch from Zach Mann, and Jesse Hall comes across to score. And it's a 9-4 Red Wings lead now. This one hit into left. It's going to bring home another run, as Carnavelli has a 4 RBI night, and the Red Wings have opened up this one in the bottom of the 6th. That it's a 10-4 Red Wings lead now. There's some rain coming down here at McDonough Park, and Matt Colbert's going to make a trip out to the mound, as it's been a tough evening for Zach Mann, and I believe it's done. And it's Chad Nelson, the bearded fella, who will come in the game now for the Pilots. We'll take a break here at McDonough Park as the Red Wings have opened up this one. They lead 10-4 as we'll be right back here in the bottom of the 6th.
For the Wings from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the designated hitter, number 26, Langston Livingston.
The right-hander from Jamestown, New York, Chad Nelson, will come into the game, and he gets a chance to try to limit the damage here as it's a 4-run, 6th inning for the Red Wings. As they scored 4 in the bottom half of the 5th, and they add 4 more here in the bottom half of the 6th, and they lead 10-4 now. As Nick Carnavelli is over at first after he picked up another RBI. He's 3 for 4 on the night with 4 RBIs now. And it's Langston Livingston back at the plate. He had the 3-run home run his last time up. Chad Nelson is able to toss in the strike as the count is 0-1 to Livingston. Nelson ready with the 0-1. Livingston chops it down the first baseline, but just foul. As Nelson, more of a sidearm pitcher. Haven't seen much of him, only his 3rd appearance for the Pilots, as he's pitched 2 2/3 innings. He's given a 1 earned run on 2 hits for the Pilots so far, and so can't imagine that Nelson is happy to get a chance here on the mound to try and show his stuff. He's got Livingston in an 0-2 hole. Holds off on one inside, so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Nelson ready to go with the 1-2. Swung on by Livingston, hard in the left field. Price tracking it, though, and he's able to make the catch. So a hard line out for Livingston is the 2nd out of the inning. And so Nick Lebraska comes back to the plate. Lebraska 1 for 3 on the evening. Had a hit in his 2nd at-bat of the night. As we play on here at McDonough Park, it's a 10-4 Red Wings lead now. Back-to-back 4-run innings here for Geneva. Nelson gets that one to catch the outside part of the plate, and so it's strike one to Nick Lebraska. Hernandez able to keep that one in front of him, as Carnavelli will jog it back to first. And so it's ball one to Lebraska. Lebraska down there at first base stands at 6'5", 245. So he looks at another ball there from Nelson, and so it's a 2-1 count. As Nelson coming on in relief for Zach Mann. It was Matt Walczak who started this game for the Pilots. There's a swing and a miss from Lebraska there, and it pushes the count even to 2-2 as Chad Nelson looking for the final out of this inning, as he's got Nick Carnavelli down at first. Nelson from the stretch, ready with the 2-2. Well outside, gets by Hernandez, and Carnavelli will easily get down to second on the wild pitch. I think there's a couple people out there that envy to have Chad Nelson's beard. I say so myself. As he is ready with the payoff pitch here to Lebraska. Swing and a miss, and so it's a strikeout for Nick Lebraska, and Chad Nelson gets out of the inning, but the Red Wings tack on 4 more, and it's a 10-4 Geneva lead. The Pilots will have to get the bat swinging when we come back in the top of the 7th. We kick things off here in the top of the 7th. It's a new hitter for the Pilots. Ricky Phillips will come into the game to face Chase Gearing here. A 10-4 lead for the Red Wings as Gearing is able to toss in strike one. Phillips from Reynoldsburg, Ohio, plays at Notre Dame College. Big swing and a miss there from Phillips, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Some not so fond memories for Phillips here. as he was struck by a pitch in the head. Good to see that he's back and healthy and in this game now. 0-2 pitch from Gearing. Swung on right to Gearing back at the mound, and he'll toss it over to first. And the leadoff man is retired here to start us off in the top half of the seventh.
Strikeout player of the game, the designated hitter, number 16, Ty Beeman.
Phillips taking over for Alan Murphy as it's Ty Babin who comes to the plate now. The DH tonight. Babin takes a crack at the first pitch he sees and fouls it off into the backstop. Babin 0 for 1 on the night, has been walked twice. As that one misses outside from Gearing, and so it's a 1-1 count to Ty Babin. Babin swings on this one and fouls it off over the head of the Pilots' dugout. And so Gearing is ahead in the count 1-2 to Babin. Babin from Jackson, New Jersey, plays at Campbell University. Seen him behind the plate catching a couple times. He's in the DH spot tonight. This one escapes Zach Miller, but no harm done as there's no man on here with one gone in the top of the seventh. A 2-2 count to Babin. Swung on and missed in a strikeout for Gearing, and there's two gone here in the top of the seventh as Ty Babin goes down swinging at that one. And it's another pinch hitter here. It's Nick Kent who will come into the game for Xavier Warren.
Number 8, Nick Kent.
Kent, who we saw down at shortstop in the first game of the doubleheader yesterday, will take over for Xavier Warren. Warren was 1 for 2 before leaving this game, as Matt Colbert looks for a couple of changes in this one as his team is down 10-4 here in the top of the seventh. There's two gone. It's a 1-1 count now to Nick Kent. Kent from Gordonsville, Virginia. Getting ready to play his college baseball at University of Virginia, back in his home state. Takes a big swing and misses at this one. And so the count is even at 2-2 to Kent. Gearing looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Can't paint the corner outside with that one, and so the count runs full. Gearing ready with the payoff. Swung on and fouled off, but into the glove of Miller, and that will do it. So a 1-2-3 inning for Gearing, and the lead remains 10-4 as we stretch it out here at McDonough Park as we head to the bottom of the seventh here on Newark Pilots TV. So with a 10-4 lead here for the Red Wings, we head to the bottom of the 7th and a new look outfield for the Pilots and infield, to say that. It'll be Giovanni Torres taking over at third base, Nick Kent at shortstop, Andre Marchessault at second, and Jared DeSansolo at first. Zach Price-Dash will stay put in left, and Dawson Bailey takes over in center. As it's Jared Gillis who stands in, and Chad Nelson is back on the mound for the Pilots. And Ricky Phillips, who we saw come up the bat, will take over for Alan Murphy in right. This one low and at the knees of Gillis as he shimmies out of the way of that one. 2-0 count here for Gillis, who is 1 for 3 on the evening. Big cut as he misses on this one, and the count is even at 2-2 now. Gillis from Smyrna, Delaware, plays at Delaware State. As Nelson misses with this one low and inside. Gillis is the leadoff man here in the bottom half of the 7th. Chad Nelson ready to go. Swing and a miss from Gillis on that one. And it runs the count full. Gillis batting .405 on the year, has 15 hits and 37 at-bats. He swings this one down to the shortstop, Kent. Kent bobbles it, makes the barehanded catch. The throw over to first, and he gets him. An impressive play by Nick Kent after he bobbled the initial attempt off his glove, but was able to barehand it, and he makes the play over to Jared DeSansolo at first as he's taken over for Jake Walter. And it's the catcher, Zach Miller, who comes back up as he was walked his last time. This one hit, smacked into left field. It's going to be extra bases for Zach Miller. Price-Dash retrieves it on the wall, and Miller's in with a stand-up double. Miller got all of that one and lined it into left. And so with one gone, there's a man in scoring position. That's the catcher, Zach Miller. Miller's 4th double of the year. Tied for second on the team with Knapp, as Jared Gillis leads the team with 5 doubles. The shortstop, Evan Magadan, back at the plate. 0 for 2. Has been walked as well in this one. Ball there by Chad Nelson, and so it's 2 balls and 0 strikes to Magadan. Magadan with 4 RBIs on the year, as he's got Zach Miller over there in scoring position. A 2-1 count here to Magadan, as it's the right-hander Chad Nelson making his 3rd appearance of the year for the Pilots. Nelson from the stretch misses with that one. It's Liam Harding who is behind the plate now, taking over the catching responsibilities from Alex Hernandez. It's a full sail change here for the Pilots here in the bottom of the 7th. Nelson gets that one to fall on the inside part of the plate, and so it runs the count full as the Pilots trail by 6, 10-4 in this one, as the Red Wings have gotten 4 apiece in the 5th and 6th innings of this one to open it up. Payoff here from Nelson, misses low. And so it's a 1-out walk rewarded to Evan Magadan. Second time in a row he has been walked in this game. Jesse Hall had a hit his last time up as he's 1 for 3 in the evening. Came across a score on a wild pitch from Zach Mann as well. Nelson able to catch the inside part of the plate with that one. Hall with 11 hits on the year. 8 RBIs. He led the team in that category until Nick Carnavelli popped up 4 today, and he now leads the team with 9 RBIs on the year. Carnavelli was able to hit a 2-run home run his first time up. And knocked in a pair of RBI singles in his last 2 at-bats. Two-one count here to Jesse Hall. There's 1 gone. Runners on first and second for the Red Wings. Nelson misses with that one as his command has suffered here a little bit in this inning, as he just walked Evan Magadan and is in jeopardy of walking Hall as well. Nelson ready to go with the 3-1. Hall holds off on that one, but it is a strike, and so the count runs full for Jesse Hall from Tallahassee, Florida. Trying to extend the Red Wings lead even further. Payoff here. Swung on by Hall deep into the night sky and left. Price Stash is underneath it, though, and he's able to make the catch. Runners stay put as there's 2 gone now after the Hall fly out. Justin Barr, he has been the man of the night for the Red Wings as he is 3 for 3 and has a pair of RBIs. Barr in 28 bats coming into this game only had 4 hits, was batting .143. That average will for sure be bumped up after this outing from him. Two gone. It's a 1-out count here to Barr. Pitch misses well outside from Chad Nelson. Liam Harding is able to get the glove on it, and it keeps the runners at bay. Two-0 misses in the dirt, and so it's a 3-0 count to Barr. Nelson in jeopardy of walking the bases loaded here if he can't find the strike zone. Here in the bottom of the 7th, a 10-4 Red Wings lead. And a ball 4 outside, and it will walk the bases loaded with 2 gone as Justin Barr finds his way down to first as he's reached all 4 times tonight. As we mentioned, Pilots will return home tomorrow as they face the Adirondack Trailblazers. For the second time this year, they defeated the Trailblazers 12-6 when they met in Boonville, New York. just last week. Red Wings head to the top of the order as it's Knapp. So they make their 5th way through the order. Knapp 2 for 3, had a sack bunt his last time up. The bases are loaded here for the Red Wings, and it's a 2-0 count as Nelson misses with a pair of pitches. Red Wings will be on the road tomorrow at Jamestown to take on the Jammers in a Saturday matchup before coming right back here to McDonough Park to take on the Newark Pilots in a 4:05 start time. It's a 3-0 count here. With the bases loaded, Nelson's got to be careful. He's able to toss in a strike finally, and so the count will go to 3-1 on Knapp. Red Wings celebrating their 60th anniversary here at McDonough Park. As the park was honored here tonight, Nelson tosses in strike 2, and so the count runs full. The bases loaded and 2 gone here in the bottom of the 7th. Red Wings trying to cushion their lead. They already lead 10-4 in this one. Pitch from Nelson. Inside. McKenzie can't get him the benefit of the doubt, and it walks in another run. And it pushes the lead to 11-4 for the Red Wings now. Colbert obviously wants to see Nelson try to work himself out of his own doing here. But just a tough thing to do when you can't throw the strikes, as that one was inside to Knapp. And it walks in a run. And Nick Carnavelli comes back up for his 5th plate appearance, 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs. Carnavelli from Lyndhurst, New Jersey, as we mentioned, hits this one down the third baseline. And he was looking to make it a couple more RBIs. Carnavelli got a good piece of that one, but it just went foul, so it's strike 1 to him. Two gone as Nelson looking for the final out any way he can get it now here. Swung on right down the third baseline again, but foul. And so it's a pair of strikes to Carnavelli now. Nelson misses with this one as Carnavelli is able to hold off of it. So the count is at 1-2 now. Here swung on by Carnavelli, hit past the shortstop, and a pair of runs will come to score for the Red Wings. And it's 6 RBIs for Nick Carnavelli. He's making it look easy here tonight, as the Red Wings go up 13-4 in this one now.
From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the designated hitter, number 26, Langston Livingston.
Livingston will come back to the plate. He has 3 RBIs on the night on his home run that he had. Carnavelli in his freshman year with Brookdale hit .389 and had 36 RBIs. So a strong freshman year for him. He appeared in 55 games for Brookdale. with his home run tonight. He matches his freshman high as he only had 1 home run. So I'm sure that was a nice at bat for him, as that doesn't happen very often for him. But he has 6 RBIs in this one tonight. And the Red Wings lead 13-4. Oh, that one catches Livingston on the shoulder. And this all has been happening with 2 outs, as Chad Nelson just cannot find that final out to get himself out of the inning. As this one is getting out of reach for the Pilots, as it's 13-4 now. Nick Nebraska 1 for 4. There's a pair of strikeouts on the evening, as the bases are still loaded for Geneva. And still 2 gone. Nelson can't get that one to drop. And so the count is at 1-0. Nelson gets a called strike from McKenzie, and so the count goes to 1-1. Nebraska, deep shot in the left, into the gap. Bailey looking back, off the wall, it smacks. Livingston is coming around. It's going to clear the bases, and my, oh my, this one has gotten out of control. It's turned into a nightmare. Bottom of the 7th inning, as Nick Nebraska clears the bases, and Matt Colbert can't wait any longer. He's got to take Chad Nelson out of this one, as it's a 16-4 Red Wings lead. The bats have come alive. We'll get a new pitcher for the Pilots, as it's a 16-4 lead for the Red Wings here at McDonough We welcome you back to McDonough Park, still here in the bottom of the 7th with 2 gone. The Red Wings have tacked on more runs as they lead 16-4 in this one. It's the right-hander Jacob Polishak who will come onto the mound now to pitch for the Pilots. It's the 5th appearance of the year for Polishak. He's pitched 5 1/3 innings, has allowed 9 earned runs on 7 hits. Gillis swings on this one and fouls it off. Gillis 1 for 4 on the evening. It's 3 RBIs for Nick Nebraska as it clears the bases for the Red Wings, and Nebraska is into second as he hit a shot into the deep part of left field. That one probably would have made it out of the ballpark if it was hit just a little more to the left. For Nebraska, he now has double digits in RBIs as he's at 10. It's a breaking ball from Polishak, misses. Some scattered rain falling down here at McDonough Park. As Gillis swings on this one, it's a strikeout for Polishak, but the damage is done as the Red Wings tack on 6 more and lead 16-4 over the Pilots as we head to the top of the 8th here at McDonough Park. Pilots with a sizable disadvantage in this one. As they trail 16-4. As the Red Wings have put up 14 runs in the last 3 innings. They've opened up this one to take a 16-4 lead as the right-hander from Camden, Delaware, Joey Haas, who takes over on the mound for the Red Wings now. Haas, who plays at University of Delaware, just finished up his freshman year. As the catcher, Liam Harding, files this one out. The catcher, Miller, can't make his way to it as it gets into the dugout of the Red Wings. And so it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Harding now. Haas had a 6.26 ERA in his freshman year, as he made 12 appearances for Delaware, starting for them. Haas tosses in strike 2. So he gets ahead of the count 1-2. One-two pitch misses inside on Harding, and so the count will go to 2-2. Haas gave up 29 hits and 17 earned runs in his freshman year with the Blue Hens. Here's the 2-2, swung on by Harding. He's able to fight it off, and so the count remains at 2-2 after the foul ball. Liam Harding, the catcher, coming in for Alex Hernandez in this one. Harding hitting 182 and 11 at-bats, has 2 hits. There's another 2-2 here. Swung down to the second baseman, and he will get him for the leadoff retirement here in the top of the 8th. Jesse Hall, a tough play for him, as that one just seemed like it wouldn't get to him. But it finally did, and he made a hard throw over to Nick Nebraska at first, and Liam Harding is retired to start us off here. Joey Haas, making his 5th appearance a year for the Red Wings, has pitched 4 innings, has allowed no earned runs, only on 2 hits. This one hit hard into left by DeSantolo. Gillis is back to get it, though, and there's quickly 2 gone as DeSantolo took a swing at the first pitch he saw from Haas, and he is retired. So with 2 gone, it's Andre Marchessault who will come to the plate. As Haas throws gas right down the middle, and Marchessault looks at it for strike 1. Marchessault, his 20th at-bat now of the year, has 4 hits, hitting .211. Had 2 RBIs in the 10-5 loss in the first of 2 games yesterday in the doubleheader against the Elmira Pioneers. It's a 1-1 count. Swung on and hardly fouled off into the backstop, and so Haas is ahead in the count 1-2, looking for a 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the 8th, trying to keep it short and sweet as his team leads 16-4. Pitch, a breaking ball that misses inside from Haas, and so the count is even at 2-2. Marchessault from Cheshire, Connecticut, plays at LaSalle College. Seen him at third base the majority of his time on the field for the Pilots. He's at second base replacing Justin Graham here tonight, however. Haas misses with that one low. And so it runs the count full on Marchessault, as it'll be a payoff pitch here from Joey Haas with 2 gone in the top of the 8th. Payoff pitch inside. Marchessault lays off of it, and so it's a 2-out walk as Marchessault is aboard. Bottom of the order, it's Zach Prystash, who is 0 for 3 on the evening. The only defensive substitution that wasn't made was Zach Prystash, as Ty Baben, the DH, was kept in the game. Marchessault gets a heavy leadoff, but he will have to retreat after the foul ball from Prystash. 0-1 count after the foul ball. Marchessault is easy into second as they didn't pay attention to him at all and allow him to get down to second easily. And so Marchessault in a scoring position here as Haas gets this one to fall in. And the count goes to 1-2 now on Zach Price-Dash. Haas trying to record the final out of the inning. The pitch swung on and missed by Price-Dash. And that'll do it in the top of the eighth. Red Wings still lead 16-4 as we head to the bottom of the eighth here at McDonough Park. To the bottom of the eighth here at McDonough Park as it's a 16-4 Red Wings lead. It's the catcher, Zach Miller, who will lead things off. He's 1 for 3. Had a hit in his fourth at-bat of the evening. A 1-1 count here to Miller as Jacob Polishak is back on the mound for the Pilots. Polishak, who pitches at Millersville. This one swung by Miller and hit right into the center. Dawson Bailey is able to keep that one in front of him, but it's a base hit for Zach Miller to start us off here in the bottom half of the eighth.
For Point Pleasant, New Jersey, the shortstop, number 24, Evan Magadan.
Evan Magadan comes back to the plate. He's been walked his last 2 times up. Polishak ready with the 0-1 here. Misses well outside, and Miller will easily get down to second after the wild pitch from Polishak. As this one was back and forth in the early going, as the Pilots were up 3-2 in the top of the fifth. That was until the Red Wings bats came alive. They got 4 runs in the fifth and sixth innings, and then 6 more in the seventh to get us where we are at 16-4. So it quickly got out of hand. Magadan fouls this one off. So the count is 1-2. Pilots will look to return to form tomorrow. It's Adirondack weather accordingly. There's some rain in the forecast for tomorrow's game. Mother Nature has chased Newark around this year so far, so we wouldn't be surprised if it does again tomorrow. As Polishak able to get that one on the outside corner for a strikeout as Magadan goes down looking.
From Tallahassee, Florida, the second baseman, number 7, Jesse Hall.
Jesse Hall, 1 for 4 on the evening, comes back to the plate as Zach Miller is still over at second with one gone now here in the bottom of the 8th. Polishak gets strike 1 to fall in. As Jesse Hall from Tallahassee, Florida. One swung on to the right side. Phillips tracking it. Miller will come around third. Hall will retreat back to first, and he's got himself an RBI as it's a 17-4 lead for the Red Wings now.
From Pensacola, Florida, the third baseman, number 11, Justin Barr.
Justin Barr, 3 for 3 on the evening with 2 RBIs. He was walked his last time up. As it's Jesse Hall picking up his 9th RBI of the year. As Zach Miller came around to score for the 3rd time this year. Big cut there from Barr as he misses on that one. Polishak able to catch the outside corner with that one, and so he's ahead of the count 1-2. Polishak can't get the breaking ball to fall, so the count goes to 2-2 here on Barr. Barr hitting in the 9th spot tonight for the Red Wings has done his job, along with many of these Red Wings hitters tonight. The bats have been flying for them. Barr able to chop that one foul to stay alive in the count. So the count remains 2-2 with Jesse Hall down on first after the RBI single brought Zach Miller home score and extended the Red Wings lead. Swung on by Barr. Could be a double play ball. Kent chops it over to second. The play to first. And that'll do it for the bottom of the 8th. Red Wings get one more. And they lead 17-4. This one all but over as we head to the top of the 9th from here at McDonough Park. Top of the ninth here for McDonough. Disappointing night for the Pilots as they find themselves down 17-4 as the Red Wings came out swinging the bats in this one. Dawson Bailey making his first plate appearance of the evening after taking over for Parker Tadlock out in center. As Bailey takes a swing at that one, and he's behind in the count 1-2. The new pitcher for the Red Wings here is the right-hander Trace Holder from Monroeville, Alabama. Pitches at Southern Alabama. He's on the mound now after Joey Haas completed 1 inning as he gave up no earned runs. Breaking ball falls in there as Bailey looks at strike 3, and the leadoff man is retired here in the top of the ninth. Giovanni Torres will make his first plate appearance of the night as well as he took over for third baseman Matt Cerfolio. Trace Holder making his 6th appearance of the year. He started 1 game and has pitched 9 innings, giving up no earned runs and only 2 hits, so he has been strong on the mound and has 15 strikeouts to his name. Torres fouls that one off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Holder trying to make it a quick inning here in the top of the ninth. Obviously a non-save opportunity for him. He does have 2 saves on the year for the Red Wings. He's the only pitcher that has a save credited to his name. And he's got Torres in an 0-2 hole. This one misses outside, and so the count goes to 1-2. Torres appearing in his 9th game this year. 15 at-bats and 2 hits for him, hitting at 133. The 1-2 misses in the dirt from Holder, and so the count goes 2-2. Torres, 9 strikeouts for him on the year, has been walked 7 times. No RBIs for him. 2-2 swung on and fouled back over the head of Zach Miller, the catcher. So the count remains at 2-2. Holder, the breaking ball, a swing and a miss from Torres, and it's 2 strikeouts for Holder here in the top of the ninth. And Ricky Phillips is the last out for the Pilots here in this one. It's 17 runs on 16 hits for the Red Wings here tonight as they're closing out this one in a 17-4 drubbing of the Pilots here at McDonough Park. Phillips making his 2nd plate appearance of the evening, 0-for-1 as he took over in right field for Alan Murphy. Holder misses low with that one, and so the count goes to 2-1. Phillips holds off on that one, but it falls in for a strike as the Pilots are down to their final strike in this one. As Trace Holder looks for the final out of the game here at McDonough Park. The delivery swung on high into the air. Underneath it is the right fielder, Carnavelli. He'll make the play, and fittingly enough, as he finishes the game with 6 RBIs. And the Red Wings go on to win this one 17-4. The Pilots will try to regroup tomorrow when they go home to face the Adirondack Trailblazers. A tough one here for the Pilots tonight. As I'm Dan Cooter saying so long from McDonough Park here on Newark Pilots TV.